I've done very well as a horse trainer. There's 10 in my family, and there's 7 of us all horse trainers.
Right.
And my brother Dennis and my brother Francis both have big horse farms in Ocala. I have one brother that lives up here in near Brockton, Mass. He has a farm. He has horses over there, which I'm taking to Kentucky with me.
Right.
So he has a place to race.
Understandable.
Now, my brother belongs to the HPPA board member in Massachusetts. And it's gone now to the point where within 2 to 3 years, you will have racing back in Massachusetts, in Plainfield, Massachusetts. It's been okayed by the town, but with the COVID going on, it'll be kind of on a hold.
Yeah.
But they will be racing back in Massachusetts. I wish it was New Hampshire, but it's not.
Right.
And I don't want to wait around. I want to go do what I do best.
I understand.
And that's racing. The memories at Rockingham Park will always be there. We just don't want to forget Rockingham Park.
Right.
They were there for over 100 years. Okay? And a lot of good memories there. People from all over the world raced there.
Right.
A lot over the world came just to Rockingham Park because Rockingham Park was the place. It was better than Saratoga, which is racing right now. But a lot of good memories up there. A lot of good. The racetrack's like a world all by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the people live there. They live in the dormitories. If you got in trouble, you face the stewards. They were the judge, the jury, and the convictor. And if you were that bad, they throw you off the racetrack. One thing about the racetrack, if you get ruled off one racetrack, you're ruled off every racetrack in the country.
True. Mm-hmm.
Until you get straightened out where you started. You can't go to another racetrack. And it goes to show you with Bob Buffett, who, with the case that he just won, the Derby, okay, he won the case, okay, and do I have my opinions about it? Yes. When you pull a trainer's license.
How does that work out?
When you pull your trainer's license out, all right, it's a tough test. It takes you 8 hours to do a test.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a tough test. You almost have to be like a veterinarian. You have to know every bone in the horse's body. I mean, from his stifles to what a bow tendon is, or different problems, you have to know all that stuff. Because you're not going to find a vet all the time, but so you better know what to do.
Right,
and that's one of the major things. But in training, no matter what happens, they call it trainer's responsibility. So if I have a groom that's working for me, and he's smoking marijuana, and it winds in the horse's feed bucket, test comes back, it's my fault. Whether I did it or not.
Do you suspect that's what happened? Is something on that idea?
No. What happened, I think, with Bob Buffett, he was using an ointment on his horse.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was considered illegal, but it was something that he had on his horse that he stopped using too late.
Yeah.
Okay? He used it too late. He used it, actually should have stopped before he made the entry.
I get you.
Okay?
Yeah.
He didn't, his groom did. Okay? The groom didn't know because the trainer didn't tell him.
Right.
Again, trainer's responsibility. They went to court, they went to Supreme Court, and he won the case.
Yeah.
So the horse was declared the winner. He was very lucky. And he's the first man that I know in history that ever challenged the judges at any racetrack, anywhere.
Good thing he did.
Yes, he did. But it wasn't bad enough where New York would say, we're not going to let you run here because you had a bad test. But you'd go here and race here.
Yeah.
At a different track. So it's either you do or you don't. So now he's all set. And Mr. Babbitt is a hell of a trainer. And there's no get around him. He was a good trainer. He had good clients, but they also have the money to do what they have to do.
Right.
I'm going down to Kentucky. I'm leaving here September 14th. I close on my house here on the 15th. I'll be in Kentucky, and I will be buying and claiming horses down there back up to 20 to 25 head of horses. I have right now 8 trainers from Salem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean 8 owners from Salem right now that are sending horses down there to me that want to stay in the game. Because they miss it, you know, and they can watch it on TVG, on the channel on TV.
What year did you move up here for Rockingham Park?
I moved up here in 1964.
Yeah, and you mentioned Joe Carney. I gather you like him from what you were saying.
I trained horses with Joe Carney.
Yeah, okay.
And then Ray Messina took over after that.
Okay.
Ray Messina stopped she stopped training, and Raven Cedar took over the track maintenance. So I got Joe Carney's horses. I was training for Joe, and I remember Joe Christmas. He was just unbelievable. He would have 6 or 7 of us going to the mailboxes around town and put $100 bill in every mailbox.
Really?
He sure did. He did.
Excellent.
Yes, he did.
That's great.
And Joe Carney loved horse racing. He loved the people. He liked to drink too. But Joe, he was all business.
Yeah.
And if he knew what was going on now, he'd probably turn over to his grave along with Lou Smith.
Right.
Okay, and I go back when Lou Smith was there.
Right.
Okay, and I remember, I can't remember the guy's name. He worked for Lou Smith.
Mr. Reynolds.
No, not Reynolds. He was a track superintendent. What was it? I can't think of his name. He was a lawyer. And Mrs. Smith was in bed when they had the house across the street from the track. They lived in the house, and they were in talking. I was with them, and the lawyer made a suggestion. Said she was nothing but a vegetable. She opened her eyes up and she said, "I might be a vegetable, but I'm the healthiest vegetable you ever saw." She caught it.
Yeah.
She caught it. And it was.
She was a special person too.
She was very. You know, they gave an awful lot. The Smiths.
Yeah.
They donated to the retardation. They donated to a lot of people. I mean, and I know when someone talks to me about people that are retired or whatever, I know because I was there.
Restaurant. You were at the restaurant at Rockingham Park too, right?
I had the restaurant at Rockingham
Park.
What's the name of that? Rockingham Park. It's called the Track Kitchen.
Oh, the Track Kitchen. That's what I was looking for.
It's called the Track Kitchen.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how'd that go? That worked out all right for you?
It did. In fact, it did very well.
You do like cooking and.
We had a buffet thing across, so come out and saw. But what also I did, the trotters, when the trotters are there, when they're all in the paddock, they can't leave.
Yeah. From
the first race to the 10th race. So what I did was I went out and I bought a canteen truck.
Right.
And I'd fill the canteen truck and I'd park it over by the paddock bar.
That's a great idea.
So they bought all the food there.
That was a great idea.
Yeah.
Great
so idea. I mean, and I did entertainment. I had Friday, Saturday nights. I did karaoke in the restaurant. I mean, it was a good time.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's a lot of memories. It's to me very sad.
Right.
You know, and for me now to stay in Salem to see what's going on, I don't like what I see, and I just think it's just time to move on.
Did you want to talk a little bit about the pictures that you've sent to me? And, those are some of the memories of Rockingham Park.
Yes, yeah. There was one picture I sent to you that you'll see me riding. I was the outrider, and an outrider is the one that leads the horse to the starting gate. Or if they get loose before the bell rings, we have to catch them. Or if a horse gets run off or a jockey falls, we have to catch the horse. You have to always have a clock in your head to do that job. It's a tough job, but a good job. But
did you ever actually have that experience where?
Several times.
Yeah.
Several times. And in fact, I caught one horse at one time and I lost my saddle.
Oh, yeah.
So we all went down.
Yeah.
And the other incident, I had a horse coming the wrong way of the racetrack.
Oh, wow.
The wrong way.
Yeah.
And I was headed to him, and I turned to catch him, and when I did, we both smacked head on together, and we all went down. But luckily, we were all okay. And I had that special horse, Chipper. He was a buckskin. I had Chipper for 30 years.
Yeah.
And he saved a lot of lives out of us. Outstanding.
Any jockeys you wanted to talk about? And then we'll go back to the pictures. But
I go back to in fact, I was just talking to Mary Ann Bogushaw.
Yeah.
I was just talking to her a few days ago.
Oh, right.
Okay. She's married. She's doing very well. She used to ride for Jack Callahan. Mary Ann was outstanding, but I have to go to Jill Jellison. Because Jill Jellison was one of the top riders, as far as I'm concerned, in New England. And she went to Japan. She did very well over there as well. Her and also Tammy Pamarini, who were very good friends. And Estevez used to go out with Jill and try to convince her to go to treatment, cancer treatment, and she didn't want to.
Yeah.
She just didn't want to go. So we lost Jill. We lost a good friend, a lot of good memories. She rode a lot of races for Bobby Raymond.
Yeah.
Won an awful lot. Bobby Raymond was the main guy for Jill Jellison. But that girl could ride. You go back a little further when Mike Carazella going back. He wanted to be one of the stewards at Suffolk Downs. The other one I know was Henry Wadger.
Yeah.
And Henry was a good man, and he rode a horse to be called Ross Chacha. And he came out of the gate, lost his irons. It was his last race. He was going to retire after that race. And he came out and 1 foot out of the irons. He got stepped on and he wound up dying. That was his last race. And Bohico was like a twin to Henry Wadger, who rode very well. In fact, the guy that's riding very well right now is Taylor Hull. He's down in, I believe he's at Gulfstream, I believe. And he's one of the leading riders down there now. And he's doing very well. There's so many riders that came through Rockingham Park. A lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones. But they were all there to do one thing. And that was to passion for racing.